mention in the presence of some of you that in my mom's last months, I went home and I didn't know whether I'd be able to get through to Mom. I knew she was still alive, but whether I could penetrate into the increasing depth into which she had gone, I didn't know. So I went once, and she was lying there with eyes closed. And I said, "Mom." Nothing. "Mom." Nothing. And I thought, what might get through to a mother? And so I said, "Mom, they made me an award at the university recently. They said such nice things about me." And an eye flickered over. And she said, "Yes, but did you believe them, Ralph?" Still in there. Let me begin where I shall end, with a thanks and recognition. I've served as 6 presidents of the university now. I say served with, for each has made me understand that it's one of the greatest points of pride at this university that our presidents serve with the faculty and not over it. Served with 6 presidents, I say then, from Robin Fleming to Mary Sue Coleman. I've served with 6 chairs of the Department of English, from Russell Fraser to our present chair, Sigourney Smith. I've served with a pride of provosts and vice presidents, one of whom you've heard tonight. There's been a whole dazzle of deans. One my own dean now, Terry MacDonald. I've had a huge host of hugely learned colleagues who've striven mightily to make something of my mind. I've served with a staff of consistent courtesy and high competence, who shamelessly made me look better and more efficient than I could possibly have been without. And I have thought and learned with the whole biblical generation of the best students in the world, brought here from every state and every land. I've been helped by alumni and other supporters of the university whose presence goes with me into the classroom each day when I feel least competent to the project before me. Some of these alumni and other supporters have done marvelously well over the years with the motto I saw recently in the Ross School of Business Administration, and it said, "Creativity equals capital." The ones I admire most have, with a sort of sublime dyslexia, and with love of this place and future generations of students, turned that phrase right side round and said absolutely astounding amounts of capital and personal service in the service of creativity. Capital equals creativity, said they. I think of names like Sweetland and Bremen and Frankel, they of the new and isn't it marvelous shape of the new Museum of Art, and Stamps, and on, and so many more. I've been born up by the University Musical Society, which has often led the way in celebrating the great diversity of human greatness by bringing here the world's best in the creative and performing arts, whose endlessly resourceful director, Ken Fisher, I see here tonight with many of his board. To all these, to the UEA, to Shout, to the senior vice provost, to the whole university, and to all of you, thank you for my life and what has meant most in it. Thanks for what you've done and are doing, and will do as I hope to extend and protect this institution, this university, which I truly believe to be the most magnificent creation of this free society. If I may be allowed a moment of admiring recognition of a very few individuals here, one of whom I shall ask to stand the first. My son Mark, my life's best piece of poetry. Would you stand, Mark? But others, his magnificent mother, Mary Jane, my friend Abner Siegel, who came from another galaxy called Michigan State University, to be here tonight. A former student, Justin, who came from New York City to be here. And others here and abroad by the names of Michael and Robert and on, who've been of light and warmth in my life. And now to all, and especially to you here tonight, all of you, cherished friends. I will give rubrics tonight. If any of you has a pencil, you may note them down. Number 1, and all in war with time, for love of you. And all in war with time, for love of you. Number 2, set free from necessity. Set free from necessity. Number 3, bring me the sunflower. Bring me the sunflower. Number 4, to love that well. To love that well. Number 5, and absolutely central to what I wish to say tonight, on my watch, on your watch. Number 6, because it was he, because it was I. And number 7, and finally, the sweetness born of it. I don't usually speak of myself to friends when I begin a lecture. I'm not the point of my lectures. My students are those who are kind enough to join me. And the texts which we study, those are the point. But I will speak a little of myself tonight. When I was the age of most of the students here, I thought that the very finest thing that a human could be is a person of unchanging principle through life. I was a freak. I no longer believe that. I've given up many a principle, jettisoned it eagerly. But there is one thing which I hope that I have come to larger, more open, more tolerant ones, more celebratory of the variety of human goods, paradoxical as they might be. One other thing true, I will not willingly let beauty die. I want to explain why that means so much to me, why it has been a guiding principle of my life. I pass it to you now for you in your time. I've studied what I understand to be most of the discussions of how we deal with the problem of evil. None of them solves the problem of evil. If you haven't been reading the New York Times, you haven't been watching your televisions. If you don't know of the exceeding pain, agony,